To appear in any Star Wars movie, let alone one of the newer installments, it must be a dream come true for most actors. And, when you consider the significant and groundbreaking success of their predecessors, you'd assume only respect for the performances that came before. But, not all actors are so willing to ignore the widely recognized problems of the Star Wars prequels. Even George Lucas's filmmaking ability is left up for debate in some rather brutally honest interviews. So, with that in mind, here are 3 current Star Wars actors who dislike the previous films. Number 3. Anthony Daniels. When it comes to speaking his mind, Anthony Daniels is not one to shy away. For one, he has continually criticized the initial incarnation of C-3PO's golden suit, claiming it to be heavy, extremely humid, and downright uncomfortable. Daniels even shudders at the thought of the Ewoks, but hey, at least the original trilogy used real and authentic sets. The same can't be said for the Star Wars prequels, for which the legendary stage and silver screen actor has rolled his eyes. The effects are clever but pointless, the skill is there, but so what? Coldness, that's the word, bleakness even. As you can probably guess, the back to basics and real sets of Star Wars The Force Awakens were enough to draw Anthony back to the series. Here's hoping The Last Jedi does something similar and limits its use of CGI. Number 2. Oscar Isaac. If the aforementioned entry is anything to go by, Star Wars fans aren't the only ones who have a problem with George Lucas and his filmmaking. However, while Anthony Daniels has criticized the director's overuse of CGI in the prequels, his co-star Oscar Isaac tends to voice a related but slightly different concern. That's right, the man behind the dashing smile of Poe Dameron himself is not very appreciative of the changes Lucas made to the original trilogy. On one hand, and from an artistic point of view, Isaac understands the right George had to alter his very own movies. Though, on the other hand, the fan within cannot comprehend the decision to mask the technological brilliance of the original trilogy. Oscar fully believes it's what A New Hope and its successors were able to do with the resources they had at the time that makes them so special. Simply put, he'd much rather watch the 3 films as they were intended to be viewed, rather than their updated incarnations. Number 1. Simon Pegg. If you thought Unkar Plutt was a rather ruthless being, then prepare to be shocked by the man behind the blobfish mask, Simon Pegg. Instead of remembering the Star Wars films of past with fondness, the British comedian, screenwriter and actor has remorselessly torn apart each of the prequels. Admittedly, his disdain towards the Phantom Menace is not to be laughed at. The reduction of the Force to a mere viral blood condition and the awful acting in particular appear to bear the brunt of his frustrations, yet Attack of the Clones ranks even lower in his estimates. In fact, when asked to list the 6 Star Wars movies from best to worst, Pegg placed Episode 2 at the very bottom. It just goes to show that even those now directly involved with the saga aren't afraid to voice their discontent for the films that came before. Know of any more current Star Wars actors who dislike any of the previous films? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. And, for weekly Star Wars countdown content, keep it locked here to the Cancrozans.